Hello everyone, it's Shelby with Shelby Creation. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Last time we had started on this envelope pocketbook and we got it sewn in, and remember we have the short side here, so we're going to fix that. But what I started doing is going in, and where the pockets are on the envelopes, like this here, I started doing some of the pages. I didn't, I did it because it just takes so long, and I don't want this to be an hour or so video. And this particular end here was like way too long. So all I did was I took some decorative scissors and just trimmed the edge. Why? Because I'm too lazy to turn around and use the cutter, because I've got something sitting on it, my heated throw. And I use these scissors here. I'm not sure if you can see the edging on it. And why these? Because they're just the pair I pulled out. And I thought it worked pretty good. So what I do is I have already measured and cut all these pieces out of my excess cardstock to map my pages and make my pockets. And they're all the same size. At least I thought they were, but evidently some are larger than the others. Human error. And then I take my punch, this is a 2-inch punch, and I simply cut the little divot out. And then I'm going to come in here, ink that up just a bit, and see, where are we? We did that one, and I didn't pick and choose what goes where. It's just as I pull them off the pile. So far I don't think it's turned out too bad. I've left the two outsides where the cover is blank. I haven't figured those out yet. But that's where I am. Remember, this is the one we closed off because this gave us that second piece to put do with our binding. So we're on this page, and I'm just going to ink. Oh, last time when I opened this up, I took the cover off, and this was so gooey with glue. Well, what it is, I mean, look at the shape of that, and look at the shape of your nozzle. So when that goes in there, if you don't stand your glue up straight, it's going to leak into your nozzle. That's what happened to me. I finally figured that out. I know, a bit late, but I did it. Another thing I figured out is when I'm gluing edges, like two edges, if I try to do the corner, I always end up with glue in the wrong place. So I actually come off the edge and then come down this, the other way. And I'll come off the edge here. That way I know that corner is going to stay and it doesn't peel up. Now, around where the envelope is, I know you can't really see it much there, but I'm just going to put a little glue, and that's just to keep the envelope. When we go to open it or put something in it, I'm going to get this as close to the edge as I can. And yes, my cuts are wonky, but that's okay. So, and then smooth that to the outside. And that's done. Just as simple as that. Now, where I will take care is try to figure out, I want my ups, the upside of the paper to go towards the edges. So on this one here, because I'm doing a pocket here, I'm going to glue around the edges here. Make sure I got the right, yeah. So I want that to go that way, so I need to do this side. Okay, I'll get it figured out. Just a steady down there, and then I don't end up with places where I've missed. Come down that way. And then with this one, I'm trying to match up this corner here as close as possible and run it all the way down to the side. I'm just trying to get this side here even. So now we've got our pocket here, and you may want to just stick your finger in there, make sure the glue didn't stick. And now we've got a pocket here too. So that's 2 pockets per page. And we have this one. Do I want that way or that way? Let's see. And what I want to do is, once I set it here, I want to see where how close this is for my divot. Okay, you can use this one. So it's a little bit, I want to say smaller, but I don't know why I cut them all the same. And you can do, I like to do just a little more than half in until it just, right before it starts to curve. Because I want a nice deep divot on this. Get it straight, and out it comes. Now, believe it or not, when we refilled these, and that last couple of drops I put on the dauber, I'm still using that from there on this one. So, at least I think I am. Yeah, that wasn't quite my style on that side. Move over. Come down here. And I'll come and do this side. And then across the bottom. Got it. I don't know, I just can't seem to do things straight today. Now again, I want to come as close as possible without covering over that edge. Get that lined up. Oh, I forgot to glue the inside of the, oh well. It'll be okay for one. So you can do it either way. And then this side, I do want that up. But again, we're coming, it's going to be a close call. So I got some glue on the top there. So what I'm going to do with this is come here with my scissors and just trim the just the barest off. Just enough to get that design from the scissors in there. And you don't, with these, it doesn't have to be even, you know, or straight. There, good enough. Come back here with my dauber. That part, and now paper towel, get that off. And then I'm going to glue these 3 sides. Over there. Come here. We got snow like 3 days ago. And we had got about 4 inches. But I'm in southeastern North Carolina, so that is really unusual for us to get snow to begin with. And it is still, the roads are pretty much clear, but there's still a lot in the yards. Went out yesterday a little bit with Nikki, and it was nice to get out of the house after a while. Okay, now Make sure my pages didn't stick together. So this is what we got. We've got a pocket here and here on each page. So there's these two that we just did. And I've got this one, and this one. So now comes our problem with this page here. Let me get something to hold this down with. That I cut too short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a trim for this side and a tuck spot on this side. And what I've got is another piece of scrap paper. And see, I need probably about 3 inches would do. But I know this is not going to fit in my my little chomper because that's only 6 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So I'll pull out my sheet here, and this is a magnet one, but I don't use the magnet that much. I'm gonna put this down, and somewhere I've got my ruler, and I know there's a craft knife around here somewhere, and I just heard something fall. Oh well, it's a life. If I'm not dropping something at least once a day, it's a miracle. Okay, and we said, that's not going to do because that's in centimeters. So 3 inches in centimeters, or put about 8 centimeters. We'll do it that way. This is, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll do it to 6 anyway. That's fine. That line, all I really want is a straight line on here. Measurements, you know, are not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a straight line. Because you know me, I don't measure very often. That one, retract. Put that back in my little scrap pile. That goes over there. I have found out the hard way. Go ahead and put things up as you use them. Now, I do want this to be fairly straight on a fold. So I am going to pull out and probably we'll do an inch. An inch should be enough. Crease it down just an inch. Oh. Now, what I need to do I want that on that side or that on that side? That's the question. You do the dark, and that sort of gets lost in the contrast. So, we'll go with the dark side. Now, there are times I have problems with even using the mat, trying to get things, when you fold them, to get them straight. So see, there is a little bit of difference on that one. It's not much, but it's enough that I know it's there and it bothers me. So, see, is it still off? No, I got it. So what I want to do is I'm going to go right down both edges. See, that cap's just there on the end. I'm just trimming enough that I'll have the design, but not to move too much off of, cut off too much. Just like that. See, that's really not much that we trimmed off there. We'll come here to the other side. Because this is going to get glued straight down. So I'm not really worry too much about that. Move those off. I'm not keeping them. I know, shock of shocks, right? Now, because this has a white edge, because most of the papers do have a white core, that's why I'm inking, because I want to remove that white edge along the paper. And yes, it will show. You don't have to do this. You don't have to ink anything at all if that's your preference. You do you. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Yeah, because this is your work. This is your creation. See, I can still see where I missed some. Go back here, hit it. There. Myself a good crease with that. Now, how far am I off? It's not going to seem like I'm off at all this way because the book is open. But when I close it, see how that edge is going backwards? So, end up with that much. I need it to be at least to there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just hold that where it needs to be. And I want to open it up. And I'm holding it down here. What do I do with my glue? Oh, sometimes I think I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. Put some glue down here. That may seem like a lot, but it's going to be okay. That side is down. Now I want to flip this over, holding it down, and sort of wipe off any excess glue. Because remember, this is going to be a tuck when we get done. Probably went a little overboard there, but that's okay. That off. Now, I'm going to hit these sides here. And this will give us our tuck. Just that easy. Just that quick. And there, problem solved. It's fixed. And there we go. I know my insides are still, look like they're coming out, but it's okay. It's okay. So we've got our tuck. We've got our little band on the back. And what do we do with these? Well, since we are trying to get rid of scraps, you see what I got left over here. I can't pick it all up. This is a piece we just cut from. So, we have some of these, and these are shorter, but that's okay. Do I want birds? Or, ooh, I like that. We can do that one. These are just going to be like regular pockets. Because remember, this is going to be a pocket book. And because the pocket is facing the outside, I'm not going to put a divot in there. Make sure that's glued down pretty good. Okay. We get these on. Now, I had my son home from school. They closed the college for the snow. Yeah, southeast or North Carolina, especially down here in Wilmington, we don't get much snow. I think the last big snow we had was January of 2018. That was quite a bit. It didn't want to go away. So, yeah, it's been a while. So that was 25, that was what, 8 years ago? 7, 8 years ago, so it's not too bad. All right, so now we've got a pocket here. So we flip over. Now we're gonna see what we wanna put back here. I've got the same kind that I did on the front. That way they'd at least be matching. Yeah, I think that may be what I end up doing. As I don't think I want the bottom part of the Eiffel Tower. Don't want blue, pink. All right, we'll go with that one. As I don't have much in the way that I want there. Forgot to put that back on. In the winter, I have noticed that the Fabri-Tac seems to dry a bit quicker than it does in the summertime. Either that or maybe it's just because I'm slower in the winter. But yeah, my son's been out of school. So it's been nice having him home. And even because he works at another place on weekends. And they were even closed. See, we roll up the streets here. Wilmington is it's fairly small compared to most cities. But it's just, doesn't have, it, we don't need, what do you call it? The snow plows here. We don't get enough to warrant it. You know, once every 7, 8, 9 years, that's enough, not enough to warrant the city or county buying snow plows. And I think they brined very few roads. I only know of 2 that were brined in the whole city. So you can understand why. Yeah, nobody went anywhere. I know before it started snowing that morning, Nikki took me to the store and it was a madhouse. So that's got it. We've got the pocket there. We've got our 2 here. We've got this one there, here and there. Again, these 2, these 2, these 2, and we have a pocket here and a tuck here. So not bad. I think next time what we're going to do is I'll go ahead and have the pieces cut that fit into these pockets. In fact, I think most of these here will. Yeah. Why does that not go all the way down? Is there a reason? Yeah, this is the one I didn't glue. So, in fact, let me see if I can remedy that. And I'm going to come in here with just a few dots of glue to hold that envelope down so that I can get what I need, my tags in there, or my inserts in. Glue all over my hands. Now, if you have to do something like this, and you're afraid it's going to stick to it, I put, and this is just a wax bag, I will slip a wax bag in there because that glue does not like sticking to wax bags. One way to use your wax bags. So let's try this on another one that I know is glued down. Yeah, those fit pretty good. So that may be what I use. I may use these to go inside those. But what I also want to do is to put an index card on them. You know, if I do these the size of index cards, maybe a little bit better. Just trim them down some. Yeah, because that's my idea, is to put an index card on and then put them in there. So what I'll do off camera is I'll go ahead and make most of these up, because you've got better things to do than sit here and watch me do these piece by piece. This should have dried. Oh, I did want to show you something. Remember when we put it together, we had the ties? I cut the ends off kind of short and put it inside this pocket and just glued over it. So I know that tie is not going to go anywhere. So, not bad for a day's work. We'll do the inserts next time for the pockets, and maybe even some decorations, because we still have to figure out something to do on these two. Well, I've already got one on that one. Figure out something for here, and then a decoration for the front. Now remember, with this being a pocketbook, we're not going to put a whole lot of embellishments inside that are going to take up space. If I do, it's mainly going to be, you know, stickers and such on the inside for decorations. So that will be it for till next time. So if you'd enjoyed this part, which is part 2 of our pocketbook, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss part 3. Until next time, bye guys.